Hello, everyone. My name is Hector Mendoza. I recently received my drone license, and I've been going around the Dallas-Fort Worth area using my drone to get practice because I'm in the insurance business. Plus, I help contractors and a bunch of other people do estimating, and I have to take photos, aerial photos. I got to take roof photos, elevation photos. But anyway, what I'm here to talk about is, when you're out there, it's very important that before you get out there, especially since you have your license, you have regulations that you have to follow. So, you know, you can go into SkyVector, and SkyVector is going to give you, your airspace if you're allowed to go in there. If you're looking at this video, you probably are pretty close to getting your license, or you're a little more advanced. Now, I'm new, but what I'm about to show you is probably stuff you're not going to see anywhere else because this is something I came up with. Uh, it helped me pinpoint a coordinate on the sky vector because it's real hard because the way SkyVector and a bunch of other uh, companies, what they do is the the earth is divided into quadrants, okay, and each quadrant is in 60 units. So if you look, and I'm not going to go too much into this, but at least you have to understand what I'm going to teach you. Okay, so you see, I don't know how well you can see, but there's a line here, and that line uh, looks like this. You see? And then so you're gonna see a square. You see right here? This is a quadrant. Okay, two of these things will make a degree. So if we go down here, and 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 you're gonna see, you see this sky vector is slow. What I'm gonna show you, you're gonna like, especially if you're in the Dallas Fort Worth area, because this is a very congested um, area. So you have to really look real hard to find something. So if let me find a degree here, and I'm looking at this at a on a 15-inch monitor. Even if you look at it on a 27-inch monitor, it's hard to find this stuff. So uh, what I'm going to look for is my degrees and my latitude. Well, here we go. Look. So right here, you see this right here, this horizontal line? That is your 33 degree. You see this vertical line? That's 99 degrees. So this is your latitude, this is your longitude. Now, so if you go from here to here, this line nowhere in the chart or on the sky vector that is going to tell you what degree that is, because that's only half of a degree. The next one would be the next line, which would be this one right here. Then, that one would be 32 degrees. You can see it right there. Okay, same thing when you're looking at your longitude. You see right in here is 98. Well, then the next vertical line, there's no degrees numbers there. It goes to the next one. It's because 1 degree equals 4 of those squares. So when you're looking at this thing here, so let's say you're trying to find the coordinates right here. Look how congested it looks. Now fortunately, look right here, there's 33 degrees. So, you know, so but what about, let's say you had to get your longitude. Well, I don't see a longitude anywhere in here. I would have to reduce it down and keep on reducing it until I found one, and then I'd have to, uh, and you're not going to see it when it's real congested like this, right? You would have to go all the way down here until you see an open area that is going to have the longitude. Okay, so keeping that in mind, watch what I designed. Y'all gonna love this. If you live in the Dallas Fort Worth area and you're flying a lot of flights here and you want a copy of this, I normally don't give out my email. And so write this down. I'm only going to give it to you one time. Uh, it's H Mendoza 21. No, I'm not going to use that one. Okay, so H Mendoza 2008 at gmail.com. That's the one I answer a lot. Okay, now if you want a copy of this, I will not give it to you unless if you're a subscriber. If you are a subscriber, I'll give you this PDF. But if you're not, don't even email me because you're not going to get it. Because the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check your email against my, uh, if you're a subscriber. And then at that point, I'll give you this. It took hours to figure this out. Okay, so check this out. So I'm going to go to, let's say, Google Maps. And then, oh, that's better. Let's go to Google Maps. Sorry about that. So I want to type an address. Here's one right here, 1513 Lone Star Court. So if I went to 1513 Lone Star Court and I need the coordinates to this address, because that's how we're going to pinpoint this in that program, right? So if I right click here, you see right here, this first line, I'm going to click this first letters, numbers. I'm going to click and look what it did. It copied it to the pasteboard, right? Now I've created this Excel file that will convert. So remember, a quadrant is only 30 minutes of the 60 minutes uh, in uh, in your latitude and longitude. So your latitude will be in degrees and your minutes will be in numbers, right? So you see how this thing gave us a coordinate of 32 degrees, 0.7240668. Okay, you see that 0.724? That has to be broken down into minutes. So this is how I do it. Okay, so if I click here, I take the first part of it and I'm going to cut it, right? So I hit Control X. I'm going to click here, hit Control V. So that's my latitude. Now I'm going to put my longitude. Now, one thing that, so I'm going to hit undo so you can see something. Okay, so look at this number. When I paste this here, or it's already there, excuse me. Okay, so let's see. Okay, no, that's still the slim. No, I gotta make sure 2468 96. Those are, you're not gonna see a change. But here, let me change this real quick here to uh, 33.25, and this one I'll say 97.50. So look at these numbers down here. I'm gonna click here. I'm gonna cut the latitude. I'm gonna paste it here where it says latitude, right? I'm gonna go in here and get my longitude, hit Control C, and I'm gonna click here, hit Control V. Now it broke it from points into numbers. So I have a formula here that you see this decimal. Well, first of all, I separated the 3.2 into two columns. Okay, and I have a program. Excel's doing all this for me. I got formulas that, here's the formula. Look, so equals MOB parenthesis uh, B1 comma 2, and it converts all this for me. Okay, so anyway, um, so this is what we're looking for: a 32 latitude degree with 43.44 minutes. And then on the longitude, we need 96 degrees and 35.13 minutes. And that's what we're trying to pinpoint. Okay, and guys, it doesn't take this long. I'm just explaining because some of y'all probably don't even know some of this terminology. I didn't know this 3 weeks ago. By the way, there's a school that I took. It's uh, it's the drone pilot ground um, school, and it's a real good school. Cost $300 some. The guy's name, I think, is Alan Perlman, something like that. But here, let me show you what the school looks like. It's a nice school, dude. So that's what it looks like. So if you want your license, man, I suggest taking that class. It's nice. I learned a lot. I didn't know nothing about latitude, longitude, quadrants. I didn't know what inches and degrees and all. Now I understand everything. This guy is real good. This is something probably we should have learned when we were in grade school, but I didn't. I was chasing girls when I was in that. I didn't even think about school. So, okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna collapse this a little bit. Okay. So, because I still need that number. So what I'm gonna do that way I have some um, canvas space right now. Normally I wouldn't have to do none of this because, like I said, I got a 27-inch monitor on my left, I got a 27-inch monitor on my right, and I have a 24-inch monitor on top. And then I got my 15-inch monitor, so I'll never have to shrink anything. Okay, so now we got the coordinates, right? Now, so if you went to, let's go to the SkyVector. Let me see, do I still have it up here? SkyVector. Okay, so to get those coordinates, you know, here, let me split the screen and let me open it up a little bit. Okay, so remember, first I have to find the latitude, which is 32, and then it's 43.44 minutes. So I'd have to find 32 down here, and it's hard, man. It is hard. Now, the the more you see the your your town, it gets easier and easier because I finally got to where it's a lot easier. But then I said, no, man, I'm still spending a lot of time. So watch how easy it is. Okay, and anybody, all of y'all guys that are doing this, and you're really doing your job the way you're supposed to, plotting your flights. Because remember, man, you don't want to you don't want to get out there and have a wreck, or there's going to be a uh, your NOTAMs or your uh, FTRs, restrictions, because you have all of those right here. It's going to show you your restrictions and your military operations. um, but this is why you need to go to this chart. Not just that, but you need to see what your airspace is. Once you pinpoint this, you got to know, like for instance here, it starts at 4,000. uh, the restriction starts at 4,000 MSL, and then here at 2,500. So it's real important to know where the restrictions start, right? Okay, so now, so here we go. I created this PDF. Man, it's a cool PDF. Uh, so so I've broke. So this is the surrounding cities: Dallas, Fort Worth, and further. I mean, it goes way out there. I could go probably all the way to Greenville, Texas with this. And so this is for me because this is the areas that I'm traveling a lot with my drone. Okay, um, so first let me show you how this thing works. So remember, look right here. I got 32 degrees and 43.44 minutes. So the first thing I would do is look for 32. You see, I've already got it charted out here. 32. Now, from here to here is from 32 to 32 degrees and 30 minutes. But remember, I'm looking for 43 minutes. So this is the area. My latitude is between here and here because here's the latitude of 33. Now, now we have to find the longitude, which are your vertical lines, right? So now we're looking for 96.35. So you see, look, here's 96, here's 96.3, which, now we have to go to the left because that's where we're gonna uh, find 35, right? So now if I click here, look what I created. Boom. Now, now it's real easy to find. Because, okay, so let's start with the latitude. So we got 32.4, let's say 32, not point, because I've already broke it down. So it's 32 degrees, 44.44 minutes. Okay, so I mean, you can get down to, look how I enlarge this thing. Okay, so now I'm going to grab this line. So remember, from this line right here starts at 32, 30 degrees. And each one of these notches is 1 minute. Okay, so from here to here is 5 minutes, from here to here is 10 minutes, from here to here is, five, 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 and then it will equal to 30. Remember, two of this charts will make, four of these coordinates will make a degree. Okay, um, so one square will only give you 30 minutes. So here we go. So we got 32.43. So 30, we started 32.30. So 30, 35, 40, and then here, let me get this little line look. So you see this little line I'm moving, right? So we got 32.30, 35, 40, and now we just got to go to 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, if you want, you can even go even further than that. You see it says 0.44. So if you go right where 0.44 would be, now you're even getting closer. I mean, you're pinpointing this to the half of a minute, which is real hard to do with that other sectional chart, right? Now let's go to the 96 degree. So here's 96, there's 30, right? So watch, 96, 35. So now we know that this is 30. Now here's 35, and then 0.13. So you can move it up just a hair. 0.1, like, just barely. And then now here is your coordinate. Right there is where that is. So now look, you got to be, you see right here? That's class D space. So where does that start? That start at ground level. So uh, and then you're only able to go up a certain amount from the ground level. Okay, so now let me show you one more thing that you also have to do. So since that's a restricted area, you're going to have to get requests for you to go in there. Okay, so we know, and then what I do after I do this, now I know where this thing is, right? So I move this out of the way. I have that on a different monitor, and then I would go in and open this part on my sectional mark chart, because which is right here. Okay, so look, and now I would go look for my restrictions. Like you see right here, U.S. operations area affected 6700 Zulu to 1231. That's about 5 or 6 months that this is going to be happening. And here's another one, and so on. So you got to look for all that stuff. Now, in this area, the only restriction we have is that it's a delta airspace, which is starts from ground level. So you got to be careful. Okay, now you're going to have to get permission. So what you would have to do is you would have to go to, um, and I'm going to post those two um, websites where you can copy and paste it if you're new at this. So now look, so I'm gonna get the address and I'm gonna do a search, and look what it does. Okay, so this right here is where you would go in and get a request. So if you look at, I'm so it's already pinpoint that for me by putting the address right here. And I'm gonna give you this website, okay? All you got to do is look underneath, and you'll see some words, and you just copy and paste those into your browser. Now, so look, remember we were looking at that chart, and look, there it is. We're inside a Class D airspace. So now the the highest I can go in this area are 300 feet. That's after I get permission. Now, in this areas here, you cannot fly in those areas. I think you can still get permission, but it's real hard to get in this area here. Here they'll probably let you. Once you get your request, you should get a authorization in minutes or seconds, right? So this is what the rest of the Dallas Fort Worth area looks like. So um, it's not okay. It's slow. So let me lower, make it a little bit smaller. Okay, so you see Dallas Fort Worth area, there's I mean, it has a lot of restrictions, a lot of airspace. It's very, very difficult. Now, if you travel in this area here, if there's no uh, other, military operations or alerts, then you can, this is G airspace. You don't have to get permission. Okay, guys, I hope that worked help. And like I said, if you are a subscriber, I'll give you here, but you're gonna have to put your email that I'm because I'm gonna look your name on my subscription list. If you're not there, I won't give you that Excel file, and I'm not gonna give you this document. Okay, and so if I was going to El Paso, I was going to New York, or I was going to any major city, I would create my maps so that I could, for instance, now, so let's say I was going to this coordinates, right, in this area here. All I got to do is click here, boom, and I can get there quick, man. This is a cool thing I created. So if you're a subscriber, or if you're not, hey, put a like on this, and let me know what you think. Thank you. Thank you for watching my video.